usually you that's traveling with him each week. You played Julio Jones quite a bit. What makes him a tough matchup for anybody? But what do you reflect on when you remember those matchups with him?
He's just like an all-around good receiver. He can run past you. He can out-quick you. He can out-physical you. He attacks the ball. He's like literally every different kind of receiver put into one. And that's what makes him hard is that he can beat you so many different ways. So you have to be on your P's and Q's for sure.
Thanks.
All right, next up is going to be Greg Allman.
Hey, Carlton, going back to Sunday against the Vikings, it seemed like you guys did a really good job of not giving up the big play, of kind of keeping things in front of you. How I know you wanted to get off the field on third down, even fourth down, probably better than you did. But how much better do you think the defense played coming off the bye week, and how much better can you be in these last 3 games?
I think we did a really good job with our fundamentals. Later on in the season, guys always have trouble, just with simple stuff like technique and, things that we do every day, but we take for granted as the season go along. So we just kind of got back to the basics, and it worked out for us this Sunday. And to moving forward, we got to continue to improve upon those things, those small things, and not take them for granted, and we'll be good.
Thanks, Carlton.
I'll go over to Kevin O'Donnell.
Hey, Carlton, the Falcons obviously just have 4 wins, but they seem to be a different team under Raheem Morris. Defensively, they're playing a lot better. What stands out to you about just maybe the change in the way they've been playing?
It's kind of like you said, they're a new team. They've been playing better defensively. I don't really watch their defense as much, but knowing their offense, they're always a factor in the games. They have the talent to literally go up against any team with their receiving core and Matt Ryan. So they're always a challenge, whether they have a good record or a bad record. You got to come out there and play, especially for the position that I play, going up against Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, and Gage. They're all dangerous, so you have to be on your P's and Q's, regardless of if the team is doing successful or not.
This year, the NFL scrapped the pass interference review. Are you happy they did that? It seems like the majority of the pass interference now are going against the defensive players.
Yeah, for sure. That definitely helps out with my job because, a lot of it is just tick and tack. Guys trying to compete for the ball and guys just really trying to do their job. And sometimes it can be something that's a problem for us to really play our game when there's a lot of flags being thrown. So it works out for me.
All right, next up we're going to have Sarah Walsh.
Hey, Carlton, I know you touched on Julio, and obviously he's been battling some injury issues this year. Can you talk a little bit about Calvin Ridley and maybe, the difference between him and Julio Jones and the challenges that Ridley presents as well?
Calvin's a great player. He's a bit different from Julio, only probably in size, but he's a big player, big play guy. He just reached like 1,000 yards this year, so he's been doing numbers this year. And going up against him, he's a deep ball guy, but he gets in and out of his breaks really well. He's really agile out there. So one false move can leave you in the dust.
All right, we're going to go over to Rick Stroud.
Carlton, I know coverage and rush work hand in hand, right? But when you have a Shaq Barrett and a JPP, how much do you appreciate what those guys are able to do to help your defense and your coverage in the back end?
It's a corner's dream to kind of play for guys who really know how to rush the passer. Having those guys on our edge definitely gives you confidence in the back end when you're covering because, the quarterback doesn't have long before he has to get the ball out. So love playing with those guys, man.
Thanks.
All right, we're going to go to John Ledyard.
Carlton, you've described yourself as a press man corner before, but this season you have played a lot of off. I know that's not like totally new for you or anything, but has it been an adjustment, like not only mindset wise, but like technically too? Are there a lot of adjustments that you have to make when you're playing off as much as you've played this season rather than being in a press position?
Yeah, playing press and playing off is like two different techniques. It's a different mind frame for both. But as a corner, you pride yourself in everything that you do. As a football player, you pride yourself in everything that you do. So, yeah, I press a lot, but I'm a complete corner. I don't really care if I play on or off. I'm just trying to get the job done at the end of the day.
One of those best reps from off in the last game was probably one of the forgotten plays, I think, in that game. It was a 3rd down and long, and you came up and knocked the ball just as Justin Jefferson was going up to catch it. What did you see kind of on that rep? Can you just walk me through maybe a little bit of what your process was on that play?
I know he's a big play guy, deep ball guy, and it was 3rd and quite a bit. So I knew it would kind of be a deeper route, but he gave me a double move, which kind of paused me a little bit and made me react a little bit later than I wanted to. But the ball placement allowed me to make up some of that lost ground and make a play on the ball. And he came at me fast. He's a really good receiver, as you can tell. But I had to take that rep.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go over to Tom Krasnicki.
Hi, Carlton. Good to talk to you. I want to ask you about the Pro Bowl. I know the voting is going on right now, and judging by the season that you've had already, I know you're confident in your own abilities. Do you feel like you're playing at a Pro Bowl level? Do you feel like you should be there?
For sure. I got the utmost confidence in myself. You can check the film, and make your own assumption. But, I definitely feel like a Pro Bowl guy. I feel like I'm one of the best right now in the game. And then, and for anybody who disagrees, can just check the film and get back with me.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, that's all for today. Thanks, Carlton.
Peace.